Good morning, guys. So today I want to do a tutorial on how to make little worlds on your phone using an app called Photoshop Touch for phones. It is a $4.99 app, I do believe, and I make a majority of mine on here, so it was worth it. They also have one for the tablet. If you want to use that, let me, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, yes. That one is just Adobe Photoshop Touch, and you can see it won't work on your phone, but it'll work on your tablet. And that one is it is $9.99. It's a little expensive, but again, I do some on my tablet as well, so it all was actually worth it. So let me get you back so you can look at that one more time. Where is it? Excuse me, guys. There you go, from Adobe. Okay, so let's see. I wanna move that. I wanted to show you. So we're gonna do them. Obviously, they're gonna work for minimal and elegant, and also flip clock, watch faces, and then we're gonna make these things. So that kind of gives you. Okay, so I've already downloaded the images that I want to use, and I've also downloaded the templates. You still have to download those. They go directly on your phone, and you can get those from the community, the Little Worlds community. And there's my app. I also have an app called Eraser that I use a lot of times to make just the transparent backgrounds. And I crop it, and I can make the transparent backgrounds, and then it just saves into a folder that I can use. But you really only need that one. So let's get it started. So that's what it looks like. Now when it starts up, and first time, you're not going to have any images here. Probably won't have anything. So the first thing you want to do, like I said, you've got the image that you've downloaded. It's got to be in a PNG form, otherwise it won't show up. In fact, the ones that I wanted to use were not, and I had to rename them. I think that's PNG is correct, for it to work. So you see these little icons down at the bottom. That's the one you want to click on. We're going to start like a new project. So you have photo library, create cloud, camera, blank document. I almost always just go with photo library. It's going to open up, and you can see wallpapers, cameras, downloads, whatever that is, and then the Adobe Photoshop. So obviously I downloaded them into and they'll download here, and those are the two images that I downloaded. Figured I'd do something kind of simple. So first thing we need to do is make a transparent background, so I'm going to choose this one, and then once you select it, at the bottom you'll see cancel and add, and there we go. There's your image. And so the first thing we need to do is, see, you have a whole bunch of icons down there, and then some more stuff up there. So the first thing is you want that little magic wand. So if you click on it, you've got a whole bunch of other things, and I'm going to try to look over my camera while I do some of this, or actually under my camera. And if you click on it, it'll highlight different things. You have erasers and brushes and stuff. So, but we just want the little magic wand. That's all we want. And then, much just like the computer, you just click the background, and you can see it doing its little thing. Then when you do that, come up to that little thing right there, and we're gonna cut. And done. Transparent background. Then you touch the outside, and it gets rid of that. So there you go. Transparent background, and you can play around with anything you need. Like if you need to get in there and make something else transparent, you do it the same way. There is also this weird show pointer, and you can see, and you actually have like a little thing right here, and you could use that, and it acts as like a mouse. You hold this down, and you put this over, and then you touch this, and that acts like you're clicking a mouse. The only problem is as you can see, it goes behind here, and then sometimes I have to move the image around to get it to work. But it's real nice for if you want to do the polygon or stuff and you want to outline the thing. It works actually real good. Like I said, you just have to kind of keep moving the image around. So it works good for like if you have real tight little areas that you can't get your finger in and you want to make that transparent. You can use that to kind of click in that little area. So so there we go. So we have our image. We want to hit done, save, and then you're still not done. You still need to save it some more. At least I do, because I always want to make sure it's there. You come back over here and then you hit that one, and it's going to have a couple different things. Save to galleries, what I want to hit. Then when you see that, you got to come back up and select that. If you don't do that, it won't work. Come down here and click on that, and then you want to save as a PNG. Okay, and you're done. You've just saved it. Now, next thing that I do is I want to, hopefully I can figure out where these things are at because it's kind of cluttered in here. I want to start it, now I want to start making a little world. So I click on that again, and I need to find my templates. So I actually have it down, my template down there. Click on, so when you find your template, click on it, hit add, and then there it is. There's your template. Now, you still got all these things up there. Now you see that little thing right there with the plus? Click on it. You want to hit the plus sign. Boom. So because we're adding a layer, basically is what we're doing. Photo layer, photo, and then now as you see, it brought me right back to downloads. I need to go click up here. Yep, let's click on that again, because when I do it on my phone, it saves it to, and there we are, right there, and you can't really see it because it's a black image and it's got a clear background, but that's it right there. And you can click on that little untitled thing and rename it anything you want. As you can see, I don't rename anything, but click on it, hit add. Now if it doesn't show up there, basically just kind of back out of that same screen and go back in, because it has to kind of set it up. And then so there we have, obviously the image is too big. Now what I do is I want to try to get, so I zoom in, and at the bottom you have your, you click on extras, that's where you have lock aspect ratio and pixel nudge. I always make sure that's locked at first, and then and then over here, I don't know what that little setting is, but this is where you can fine tune it and stuff, how it looks and stuff, and I don't need to do that right now. So, and I just backed out of the complete image, so don't hit the back button. Let's do this again. Actually, yeah, don't hit the back button. There was an extra arrow that I was supposed to hit. It's early in the morning and my image is right there. It always brings you back to the last page you're on. Okay, so if you just hit the image, that goes away. So I wanted to make sure my aspect ratio was locked. I zoom in, and this can get sometimes it gets a little wacky. Sometimes I have to just start over because it just gets all over the place. Let's see if we can do it nice. Sometimes it goes all over here and way over here, and you're like, no, no. And then you can move the image. I always kind of keep zooming in, and then until I get, actually I can get that a little bit bigger, because get it a little bit bigger until I get my image, and there we go. And there you go. There's your image. It's that easy. Excuse me, guys. Now you can also, like I said, if you want to stretch it or anything, you just unlock your aspect ratio, which I don't need to do that, so I'm going to relock it, but I will. I want to show you. Sometimes when you're moving it by hand, it kind of skips a little bit. It won't like get to that same spot that you want it. You want it right on that edge, and it's either goes past it or below it. You click on down there. Oh, that's not actually. You go back over to here and you do pixel nudge, and you see these little arrows. That lets you do it one little space at a time, so that helps tremendously. And when you're done, you just hit the little check mark and you're done. And it's always going to kind of look jagged and funky on here. Some images don't, most images, but when you transfer it over to your watch, it'll look just fine. Now, you know what I do want to do? I want to do another layer for you guys. So, and kind of show you. So once everything's kind of like unselected. If you go back over here, you see, sorry, I'm like watching the phone and not watching the video. You can see I've created another one, and if you click on that little dot, it goes away. It's kind of like if you're like, I changed my mind, I don't want that image, and you click it back, it comes back. Anytime you add an image and you want to work on that specific image, you see how it's kind of highlighted there? If I go down here, you see it changes. Now, I obviously don't need to work on the template, so I go back up here. So I actually want to, you know what, I didn't do another image. I didn't do another transparent image. You can actually go back in and do another image. In fact, we'll do that right now just because I forgot to make more than one image. But let's say I'm done. I save. Always got to save. I always save again just because I'm afraid if I go back here it's not here. I don't think you need to, but again, you go to Save Gallery, click up here, go back down, oops, and OK. So I want to open up another thing because I want to get my other deer and make it transparent. See, it always brings you back to the same screen you were at. We want to go back to downloads. Let's do this one. I don't know how that one's going to look. It looks might be kind of tall. There's my image again. Again, and if if there's a whole lot of white space around you and you want to crop it a little bit, that's easy to do. You click on the and you have the crop button right up there. So, and then I'm still selected on that. Hit the background. Come up here, cut, done. Image is done. We're going to go save. Again, I want to save it again. Save the gallery. Come back up here, click it. Come back down here, PNG, OK. Ready to go. Now, as you can see, I have, so these are the two that I made, and then there's my template. You don't have to exit out of anything. You can just go right back in there, and it opens it right back up. And go back in here, click OK, hit the little plus button, phone layer, photo layer, library, sorry, very early in the morning. See, it brings me back to downloads. I don't want downloads again because it saves it into my Adobe. And actually you can see where there's a little white spot. That's funny. Because that was an area that needed to be so it's going to cancel that. So you see, you're kind of learning, you're kind of going right back. So I've already saved that image, so I don't need to save it again. But sometimes you don't see something and you need to redo it. So let's zoom in. I'm still on that. We'll click on that. Click up here. Cut. See, and we're good to go. So we're done. I'm going to save it. It should be fine. I shouldn't have to save it again. Let's go back. So that was good to know. Let's go back here. Add photo layer, photo library, and it should bring me. And then you see it. The image is still there. We can go back in, and then we go back out, and it updated. How come? Oh, you know what? Because it didn't save. So you do need to save it. See, I just, I just learned something there. So go back to downloads. You know what? Photo. Let's go back in there. See, see, it's still there. I just needed to save it. See, I didn't save it. thought I did, but I know I didn't save it, but I didn't think you needed to click up there. So it really helps just to save everything. If you make a change, save it, save it, save it. Okay, now we're going to get back into doing this. If we took a detour, but you know, the little things that pop up, you know, this way you know what to do. And had it all planned out ahead, promise you. And so you need to go back out and then go back in, and then so that's it right there. So old one, new one. Click on it, add. And now what this is going to do is it layers it on top of your previous layer. So remember that. And then so we're going to resize, move it around. Actually, the image will be smaller. It sure looks like it's going to be a little bit smaller. You know what? And I actually want to flip it. Blink. So you hit the little flip button. So this image actually will be a little bit bigger or smaller than the other one, but I'm just showing you. I'm not necessarily going to like post this up for people. You know, I think we like that just fine. Again, sorry, I'm probably watching the phone more than the screen. Click on that, but now you know what I do. I want to make that small. I want to make that kind of match. So you come over here. See, now you have 3 images. Okay, that's the one I just did. That's the first one. I want to play with that one, so I have to click on it. I have to select it. Now I need to, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I need to resize it. So I come up to, actually I got to figure out where it's at, the and you want to do transform, and what it does is it selects it. Let me zoom in on that a little bit, and I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller to kind of match, and then maybe I can make it a little bit bigger than that. I think that's okay. Let me just kind of zoom in again, see how I actually want to move it over a little bit, because you can see how that thing jumps. See how it, like I want it right on that white line, but it won't do it. It's being kind of, if you zoom in, it helps a whole lot. So I kind of want it in the middle because this is for a 360, so I kind of want it in the middle. Should be fine. But then I want to, so when you're done, click OK. Oops, I clicked, there was OK down here. Click on this. Now I want to go back to this first one. Go back up to the and symbol. And then let's zoom in because I want to move him over. That'll be okay. I do want him a little more on that white line, so I'm going to go pixel nudge. There we go. So that doesn't look, and it's kind of zoom in, so that looks okay. It's going to probably be a little more on that side on the 360, but you get the idea anyway. In fact, it will be. Now another thing you can do, if I could find it, it should be here somewhere. So once I got all of that, I hit save. And now if you are doing this for a round watch, he has this flat template, and he has one with we call them wings. I do use it to kind of like make sure what my image is right where I want it to be. So let me see if I can find it. I have it somewhere. I don't know where. Give me just a second. I don't think it's... Okay, I do have it. I call it just wings. Add it, and you can see it. See the little wings on the side? Now, it's still here. I can hit OK, or the check mark. It's still there. But, you know, obviously, it'll be fine on a 360, but if somebody wants to use it on a square watch, it's going to show you the wings. But I use it just to kind of help to center things. So let's go. So obviously the one that, oops, sorry, I'm way off. The one is highlighted. I don't need to highlight that one. I want to highlight that one. That was the last one that I did, because I do want to move it over a little bit. Hit the and that. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And I am just going to go pixel nudge it over. Let me see. Actually, I'll probably keep it just like that. It looks okay. Looks just okay. Sometimes what I actually do is I count squares, and then if it looks even on the both sides. Kind of funky, but it works. So there we go. But I don't want the wings on there. So, but I just wanted to use it to center my thing. So all I do is I go back up here and I select that one and I click on that little thing and see the wings go away. It won't. Yes, and it won't go away. It will go away, and there you go. So that's your image. So now what we obviously want to do is we want to save, and there's your image. You can, again, if you want to change the title, you just click on that and you can change the title. So I want to go over here, and you can share it and save to gallery or upload to Creative Cloud. We want to save to gallery. Come up here, click on it, come back down here, and okay, and the image is done. That's it. Let's back out. Now we want to go over to the little worlds, and we want to go down to custom. Let's see if I can find it, because it's since the new Google Photos app updated, things are not necessarily in the places that I'm used to having on, because now it brings up this whole thing and I need to find Adobe Photoshop. And there's our image. Now this is saving on a Square watch because I have it hooked up to my Zen watch. But I also have my 360 is connected to my tablet. So if I was doing this on my tablet, it would have gone on there. Or I can just save the picture and move it over if I needed to. But see, there we go. Image is done. It's literally that easy. And you can create scenes. Like I said, each time you add an image, it layers it on top of the other image. If you want to move that, in fact, let me show you that real quick, as I want you to be able to, so if there was another image in there, I can actually, highlight the one I want to move and I can drag it. So now if that image is now in front of the other one, if I move it like back, then it's behind it. So you can rearrange your layers, like, oh, I don't want that in front, I want it behind. You just slide it up and move it, and that's it. So when you're done with these things, I want to keep that one. If you highlight each thing that is highlighted, I want to keep that. Each thing are highlighted. You can see each time I highlight, I get rid of it. But if you come to this little thing right here, you can delete it. See, pink. Each one of my images that I've highlighted with that little dot is deleted. So, oops, I deleted the other one. Actually, everything gets deleted. But that's how you can kind of clear things up a little bit, and then I just have that backup. So you have a lot. Just show you the app real quick. You have that's your back button. Like, oh, I made a mistake. Let me back out of it. So you have your and you have your crops, rotate, gradient. I use that a lot. Not a lot, but I use it sometimes. Fill, if I want to fill up a whole area. You can create text. Go to FX, and then you have the different types of the different scenes and stuff. I don't really use these because they don't look good for it, but I am starting to use drop shadow, which is really cool. And you come over here, and then you have your different things. Now I actually use contrast a lot when I get an image that, again, when you put them on these little templates, it might not look real good, but if you go into that, I always kind of go to contrast, and then I rank up the contrast, and it actually helps the lines a little bit, makes your image look a little bit better. I'll do that, and then I'll do my things in black and white stuff. So you got some options, and then back over here you have cut, copy, paste, clear, and then you can select individual pixels and stuff. And then, so that's pretty much the app. I mean, it's in like a lot of this stuff, I'm not quite sure what it does. So I don't really mess with it too much. But, you know, that's it. When you're done, and you save it, and there you go. So that's how you can do them on your phone. Like I said, I can do I do one in every couple minutes, man. It's just bam, bam, bam. So I hope that you can make a little world with that. I hope it was a good one. If you want to look at this erase this, like I said, if you want to, I don't think I have any images. This kind of helps too with transparent backgrounds. It's the same kind of thing. You kind of find the image that you want to use. I was playing around with some images and stuff. So see, actually, this one's already transparent. So, well, that's not going to work. I think these are all pretty much. Yeah, I don't really, but so I did a image like this for somebody that was asking. Seeing you can crop them to make it look a little bit better. Then come over here and hit OK. But then the cool thing about this thing is you have these. I don't know what extract is. Little things that if you hit auto, so you got this little thing, and this one is, and you click on it and then you let go. Done. You zoom in. Come over here, hold it down, let go, done. Or, you know, when you want to fine tune something, you do manual, and it gives you two little things. That's the one that's gonna. So you can see, and then see, look, I can completely re-erase. And then if you come over here and repair is kind of cool. So that's the area that I erased. If I can see it, and I can get it right back. So. And then when you're done, you just save it, and it saves into a file called Eraser in the that photo app. You just have to go into that to select your image that you want to use, as opposed to going into the Photos app and selecting it. So that's I'll use this for the ones that have like a background, like this image in the back would have a background, and if I were to select it, it's only going to select certain areas, the gradients and stuff. So that app, I can kind of use that eraser and manually do it. It makes it kind of easy. So that's another one. That is a free app in the App Store, but that kind of helps too. So guys, I hope that helped. Hope you start making these little worlds on the phone, because it's fun. I do it at work when I should be working. So I'll post this up and you guys can check it out. So I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys have a great day.